We are currently a part of a market cycle where former cardboard box companies say it's buying crypto and its shares jump 3,000 a day. Can't remember all the cycle phases. Late money stable. It's called the Holdings Fairness. They got a corporation packing way back. Focus on either reselling this past week. Announced the private stock sales. Says plan to accumulate crypto called the World Coin. Such a very part of investment meme historical economics back when we asked the guy behind ChatGPT, Wall Street announcement tells a bold down and was his chairman is also received cash in from BitMine investors connection back but very fucking interesting. Anyways you guys. So what I'm going to show you, point out to you guys is that I was talking about way and down here in my videos how the fact that Ethereum was about to break its all-time high 3 monthly candle was very bullish. Not just that, just the fact that the 3 monthly it was recovering back and it closed right on the 50 Fibonacci. My guy, screaming bullish like a motherfucker. Crypto is going up. Get ready. The fact that the 3 monthly is closing above 50 Fibonacci, that is very hella bullish. And that was 2,475. Right here in this region. Notice how 3 candle box perfectly. 3 candle box perfectly. And this is where the 350 Fibonacci, the 3 monthly 50 Fibonacci was right here, this area. That's why you see this indicator, this sign saying, oh, you can't really see it, but 3 monthly 50 Fibonacci. So when we go to the 3 monthly 50 Fibonacci, it's right there. So the fact that Ethereum, you had Ethereum in the 3 monthly candle coming up and closing at the 50 Fibonacci, 2,475. Not just that, monthly wise, it was forming a 3 candle structure perfectly right there. So all this to me at that time I was making videos, I was saying get ready for this market bull run to fucking fly. Get ready for Ethereum to fucking shoot crazy. Cause at the time when you saw Bitcoin was pretty low. No, actually it was still high. So the fact that Bitcoin was holding these high prices, whereas Ethereum had gone this fucking crazy dump, and they jumped to the 50, all this shit. It was all telling me, hey, get fucking ready. This is gonna be the real one. Because all this time, Ethereum was just doing this shit, going back and forward. Nobody really know where it was going. But this time, anyways. So back then, that was my first sign that I was saying. I had videos about this shit. If you wanna fucking scroll back to May, what was this? May 1st, monthly, weekly, right here. May 5th. May 5th to June 23rd. Look, the market was telling you, yo, we're going to keep on pushing on up. Anyways, so now you have this weekly perfect box right here is telling you. You have SPX closing at an all-time high. You had crypto at its all-time highs. And you got Ethereum right there at its all-time high. We're on a Friday. I said through this weekend, since we got good news with the S&P 500, what you're not going to see, you're going to see crypto slowly rally on up. Since the market is closed from Saturday to Sunday, crypto, in particular Bitcoin and Ethereum, let you know how the United States market is doing. If anything bad tweet, if any war, whatever happens, you're gonna see Ethereum and Bitcoin do this dramatic ass drops. Because what we should do now, what we should see now is now Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin, especially XRP2. You're gonna see Ethereum break its all-time high, most likely. Or what it's gonna do is it's gonna stay right there because it's gonna wait for it's gonna wait for interest rates. Interest rates happen, S&P flies, Ethereum's gonna create a new all-time high even before then. I believe either by by Saturday morning, maybe by 9 o'clock or as late as 1. And if not, um, coming into Sunday, coming into Sunday around um, Sunday morning, 9 o'clock or so, you should then see Ethereum pushing on up. It's gonna do it. It's gonna do it either in the next 12 to 24 hours easily. And XRP is gonna follow. XRP is gonna follow. That's a monthly right here too. And let me show you something with these indicators. I love these two indicators. The MDI, the DMI, my bad. The DMI and the MACD, aka return of the MAC. Monthly, weekly, nothing. Right here. This is what you look for. These squeeze right here. So let me explain how this indicator works. Your red is your volume. Your blue is your up. Your orange is your down. Your leveling, your white line is your neutralness. So whatever goes above that is what's happening. You saw the blue go up, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing this rally move on up. And then we're also seeing volume, but look how weak the volume is. That's telling me that they has this is what you're gonna see in a couple of fucking days. Cause this what happens, look. After a big explosion, the market gets, it's like a rubber band. Just imagine you're stretching these rubber bands together until they snap. And that's what you wait for. You wait for that sign. And this was a sign. That's why I marked it on this day. On Friday the 5th, it was telling you the market was getting ready. So let's go look at September the 6th. Let me take this crap off. September the 6th. So right here, it was telling you it was ready to go for a move. What else? Also, DMI, the weekly, monthly. Ethereum doesn't really have anything that I like. Well, the one that does have it is Bitcoin. Look. Okay, look at this for Bitcoin. Okay, this is fucking crazy. Is it this one? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a 3-month. No. It's a DMI then. Yeah, right here. So just like candles have patterns, DMI has patterns too. Read it as a candle. This is your support, and here's the market doing that structure, that little pattern. Look how perfect it is. Look how it's going down. You can see once the rally moves happen, peak, 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 and we're getting tighter, and tighter. And look how up and down are so neutral. You're seeing the down pressure getting even more weaker. But look at the up movement. Look how it's creating that zigzag movement. So if it all correlates how it's supposed to, this is gonna be the real move. This interest rate is gonna be the real move, and you're gonna see that breakout happening. And it may not be as perfect, but you will see. And if this is not the interest rate, the next 6 weeks, whenever it fucking happens again, you're gonna see this breaking. But when I first saw this happening, I was like, yo, I gotta mark this. That's why I like reading these indicators. I have my own way of reading this shit. I read this as candles pattern. The same shit for DMI. I mean MACD. That's why you see all these fucking boxes and lines. So the way I read this, so look, pay attention to how Bitcoin. Pay attention to how when Bitcoin came, the COVID came, we made this new all-time highs that we'd never done in the past for Bitcoin. Same shit with the S&P 500. Look how on the daily. Notice from right here, COVID came, January 20th. Notice something different? Doesn't matter it's 2008. Doesn't matter these crashes that we had in the past. Look how the small little dumps. This is 2008. You can clearly tell. And then here we get into COVID. So you see a difference now? All over the fucking place. Okay, so besides that, read it as a graph. This is the all-time high. This is, let's say this is your resistance right here, your support or resistance, and this is your support. So what the S&P right now, look where the S&P is right now. Let's imagine there's a little box right here. Box it up like this. Let me erase this shit because it's not gonna make sense. Box it up. So here's your all-time high. We broke through it. We created some support and resistance here. We finally broke it, and we're back again at that same area. We got the S&P at an all-time high right now. This is telling you, hey, we're getting to break this resistance, and we're about to fly again. This is what this indicator is telling me right now, and that's on the weekly. So that's why I like paying attention to from the daily, weekly, and monthly with the MACD. It really tells me a lot. Anyways, I just want to let you guys know about Ethereum. That Ethereum's gonna do that in the next in the next 12 to 24 hours. It's gonna either go for that new all-time high, and if not, it's gonna stay consolidating this region here and wait for Wednesday. And you guys see Ethereum. If we do get the news that everybody wants, you guys see Ethereum create some stupid all-time highs. Can I ask you to look at some stocks first? One Elliott, did some crazy short yesterday. RZ, let me look it up, bro. Where you look? Oh yeah, right here. RZ LV. Oh shit, buddy. I don't know what's going on with that company or any news or whatnot, but structure wise, candle wise, structure wise, monthly wise, in the monthly, it's right underneath the 50. So what you want only after these crashes in any candle, you want the market to get back to the 50 so they can from there you can really get entry, and it's telling you that this stock is about to not blow up but recover. You see how my indicator right here is telling me there's an entry, and if we fail, these are your targets. And you see how right here my indicators tell me, hey, there's a thick resistance, and it lines up because that's when you have the 50 Fibonacci. So this stock right here, I don't know if they're having earnings, I don't know if they're having something coming up, because this is telling me that this stock is getting some good news that maybe investors or whatnot don't know about. Weekly wise, you see weekly wise, if you would have hit me up on August 18 or so, I would have been telling you, hey buddy, yeah, get ready. We're underneath weekly wise, we're underneath the 50. So think about it, we're underneath the 50 right here. This is the monthly 50, this is the weekly 50. So same shit that's happening right here. You want the market to get back to that 50 and be right on it, stepping on it, pushing on it, so you can have this happen. And that's what we're currently happening right here. Once you see this stock raise up a little bit above $6.64, you're gonna see the symmetry here, but you're gonna see this switch. You're gonna see this up here, green, 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 and you're gonna see the red down here. And I'm pretty sure we can get an entry, or one of my candles saying that right now. Let me see. Actually, there you go. It's only in the 45-minute though. But anyways, I don't know if you're doing options. I don't know if you're holding long on this, but option wise, and again, not financial advice, but option wise, I would step this to the end of the year, to the end of this month. If interest rates come and this affects this stock, which I don't know anything about, like I said, but it's in the Nasdaq. And if you look at the Nasdaq mimics the S&P 500. What is S&P 500? So here you have the Nasdaq monthly, and here you have the S&P monthly. So they mimic each other. So yeah, buddy, I would load up on, not financial advice, but I would load up on that stock, or for longing it, or I would option along that bitch too for at the end of the year too for a couple of contracts. Because this monthly wise is screaming, yo, get ready, because in a couple of months we could be fucking breaking through this or whatnot. But anyways, hope that helped. Very it. Anyways, alright, cool, you guys. Hope that made sense.